All right, guys, here we are back again. Let's do it. The brand new Walther PDP F. All right, guys, look, the brand new PDP F is actually pretty sweet. TSS got some brand new stuff on the range and they let me film these videos, so I appreciate that. Let's take a walk around this thing. Let's do some shooting and I'll tell you what I think about it. All right, guys, so look, here's the PDP and here's the PDP F. This is the 3.5-inch barrel. This is essentially the same exact gun, same thing. The grip on the PDP, the standard PDP, is more chunky, and the PDP F is a more slim, trim grip marketed for females, hence the PDP F. However, I've talked to a lot of guys recently who have bought this gun, a lot of big dudes, big bear claw dudes, and they like shooting this gun. When I first picked it up, and I know the stats, right? Like the grip is a little thinner, the trigger, the length of pull on the trigger is a little shorter than the standard PDP to help lend with the whole shorter reach, smaller hands, marketed towards females, but a lot of dudes have smaller hands as well. I don't have a large hand. I can manage with bigger guns. I feel like I'm right in the middle of not having small hands and not having really large hands, so I kind of can do both. So I have not shot this thing yet, but we're gonna shoot it, and I'm gonna compare it a little bit to this, just to give you like an overall size comparison. If you were wondering, if you haven't seen them back to back, if you hadn't had a chance to shoot either one of these, I can at least give you what my impression is on how they feel in the hand, and if that might be a decision that you need to make as far as, do you think you would like the F, the little bit smaller F compared to the standard PDP? Right away, again, first shots, I've dry fired it, I've held it, not shot it. What I've noticed on this just now is, and maybe it's in my mind because I know the specs, but the trigger does feel noticeably shorter, as in length of pull shorter, like they say. The feel, this is the standard PDP. I can, as far as where my trigger finger is on the trigger, it feels a little bit longer reach. Now for me, again, I don't have super small hands, kind of fall in the middle as far as where my hand size is. Here, this is a comfortable reach for me. I can get my finger, I can move my finger around, I can get my, what I'm used to as far as trigger placement. Moving on to this one, I noticeably have to curl my finger in. So instead of being, here, which is where I feel like it is on the PDP, I'm now here. So I can feel the perception of my trigger finger being curled more because it's shorter and I need to bring my finger back to get on the trigger is there. That's a real thing. I can feel that. Like when I get my finger on the trigger, I have to hook my finger just a little bit more to get on the trigger and not be, hooked in all the way, like, curl my finger around and I'm down here on the crease and the bend of my first knuckle. So I gotta feel the trigger, and you can feel it, it's not hard, but it's something that you may have to get used to. Just, I don't wanna say relearn your trigger press and have to figure that out again, but it's just an adjustment. It's an adjustment going from like here to now here on the trigger. This feels normal because this is more like your standard length here versus here, which is, again, it's probably not gonna come up well on camera, but the perception of length of pull is real. I mean, I feel it. It feels like a much shorter reach to the trigger. All right, guys, this round, I'm gonna do a quick 5 shots with both. I'm gonna do the standard PDP first, and then quick transition over to the F and see just what it feels like as far as in the hand, shooting, the whole thing. All right, so here's the thing. Will anybody really be doing back-to-back like that to give you that different feel? Will you be doing that? Most likely not. But what I can tell you just from doing that, if it is a factor for you, is the larger PDP with the larger grip may be more comfortable for you. For me, in my hand, the standard PDP with the big bulge in the back and the bit of extension here, the more almost like a finger groove on this grip, it fills my hand up more, obviously, right? I feel more pressure in the palm of my hand with the swell in the back. It's comfortable, it's not uncomfortable. It feels perfectly fine to shoot. To me, it doesn't bother me. But jumping right from this to the F, or vice versa, this feels obviously like a smaller grip, but then going quickly from one to the other, I miss that extended palm swell. As in, I'm expecting the lump, the feel, the contact of that in my palm, going straight to this, not feeling that, and then going to the smaller trigger or shorter trigger. It's a difference. It's a complete difference. It feels completely different to shoot going back to back. Now, if I only shot with this or only shot with the other one, you're not gonna know. But I'm trying to tell you that this one is different as far as the feel in your hand and how it shoots, given those two things. Everything else is exactly the same. Barrel shorter than the standard PDP. This also comes in a 4-inch barrel, which is more comparable to the standard PDP. So it's essentially, the 4-inch is essentially the same gun as the PDP, exact same, except for the trigger reach and the grip panels. So, up to you to decide. I like both of them. Would this one be a little easier to carry because the grip's a little short, a little thinner? Say like easier to conceal if you're carrying an appendix, whatever, maybe. Guys, I mean, I'm a fan of Walther. I like their stuff. It shoots nice. I mean, I know it's marketed to females, but it feels good. It's a nice shooting gun for anybody. Unisex, we'll say. It really does feel nice. I mean, it's a great shooter. I think it's another great entry. I mean, if you're feeling like the PDP, want a little smaller grip, give it a try. Come to a range that has it, try it out, see if you like it. All right, guys, thanks again for watching. Don't forget Steve MP5 on Instagram. See you next time.